You probably have seen or heard about the insane Ethereum gas fees in 2021. At that time, you needed to pay on average from $10 to $20 to send some Ethereum to a friend, from $30 to $40 to send some ERC20 tokens like DAI and Tether, and sometimes up to $100 to swap some tokens on Uniswap. Now, in 2022, the Ethereum gas fees have reached a very low point, not seen since December 2020. Now you can send some Ethereum coins for $1.5, $3 to send ERC20 tokens, and $8 on average to swap some tokens on Uniswap. So you may be wondering, what exactly are these fees, and why do they rise and fall like this? Well, you will know the answers to these questions in this video. Welcome to Cryptobie, where we explain cryptocurrencies and DeFi topics in the most simple and beginner-friendly way. In this video, you will know what exactly are the Ethereum gas fees, how these gas fees are calculated, what increases these gas fees, and finally, how to pay less gas fees. So, grab a snack and let's get started. Before we explain the gas fees, you first need to understand how Ethereum works at the first place. So, Ethereum is a decentralized blockchain, but what makes it special compared to the Bitcoin blockchain, for example, is something called the Ethereum Virtual Machine, or the EVM for short. You can think of this EVMs simply as a piece of software that all the miners on the Ethereum network run. This software acts like a virtual CPU or a processor on the Ethereum blockchain, and this virtual processor can do stuff from simple mathematical operations like adding or multiplying two numbers to running complex smart contracts code. So this EVM is what allows the Ethereum blockchain to run smart contracts and applications. But the thing is that anything you do on the Ethereum blockchain, like sending some tokens or interacting with applications or anything else, takes computational work from this EVM, and using the EVM to do these computations is not free. When a miner runs the EVM software and processes your computations, he needs to get paid in exchange for his services. So, how much does a miner get paid? Well, each computation on this EVM has its cost. This cost is measured in a unit called gas. It is kinda like how it works with car gas. For example, your car may consume 3 liters of gasoline per 60 kilometers and 6 liters per 120 kilometers. The further you go, the more gas the car will consume. The EVM works the same way. It consumes 3 gas units to do a simple computation like adding two numbers together, 5 gas units to multiply two numbers, and 21,000 gas units to transfer some Ethereum coins to another user, and on average, it consumes 54,000 gas units to transfer ERC20 tokens like Tether or DAI. So the more complex the transaction, the more computations it needs, and the more gas units it takes. For example, swapping some tokens on Uniswap may take on average around 180,000 gas units. This is because interacting with applications requires more computations than sending some Ethereum coins. A very important point here is that these numbers don't change. Just like your car will always take 3 liters of gasoline when you drive it for 60 kilometers, adding two numbers in the Ethereum virtual machine will always take 3 gas units, and sending some Ethereum coins will always take 21,000 gas units. That is, of course, until the Ethereum protocol changes the cost of an operation, but now the cost of each operation is known and it doesn't change. But the thing is that this number doesn't tell us how much you will actually pay to send some Ethereum coins. You now know that the computations will take 21,000 gas units, but how much does one gas unit cost? Just like with your car, you know that you need 3 liters of gasoline to drive 60 kilometers, but how much will you actually pay? Well, in Ethereum, you actually get to determine how much you are willing to pay for each gas unit, and we will explain how in a minute. But an important point here is that the price of one gas unit is very, very small, but it is not priced in dollars or cents, it is priced in something called gwei. Just like the cent is a very small amount of a dollar, the gwei is a very, very small amount of one Ethereum coin. $1 contains 100 cents, but one Ethereum contains 1 billion gwei. So, just like what we said earlier, the miner is the one who runs the EVM and does these computations for the users. So, it makes sense that he is the one who chooses which transactions he wants to include in his block of transactions. So, it works like an auction between the miner and the users who want to get their transactions confirmed. What happens is that users submit their bids, which means that you say how much you want to pay per gas unit. But the thing is that there is actually a minimum price you need to pay. This minimum price is called the base fee, and it changes automatically every new block, according to the traffic or the usage of the Ethereum network. When the usage of the Ethereum network increases, this base fee increases, and when the usage decreases, this base fee decreases. So let's say that the base fee is currently 20 gwei. Still, that doesn't mean you have to pay exactly 20 gwei. You can pay more to get your transaction picked by the miner and confirmed faster. You can, for example, bid to pay 25 gwei per each gas unit. This extra 5 gwei per unit you are paying is called the priority fee, which is like an extra tip you are giving to the miner to finish your transaction faster. So the gas price you are paying is the base fee plus the priority fee you are giving to the miner, which is in our example 25 gwei per gas unit. A very important point here is that the base fee doesn't go to the miner, it gets burned or destroyed. The miner currently only takes the priority fee. So when the miner chooses which transactions he will include in the block, how do you think he will choose? Well, the miner always will sort transactions by gas price and then process transactions with the highest gas price first. That is because each block has a maximum limit of 30 million gas units, which means that all transactions in one block cannot consume more than 30 billion gas units. So, for example, the miner can pick 10 transactions. Each one needs 3 million gas units, or 3 transactions only. Each one needs 10 million gas units. It doesn't matter, but what matters is that the total gas units consumed by all the transactions in one block doesn't exceed 30 million. So it makes sense, and it is more profitable for the miner to pick transactions that pay more per each gas unit. For example, if the current base fee is 20 gwei, and there are 2 similar transactions who need the same amount of gas units, which is, for example, 150,000 gas units. But transaction 1 has a gas price of 30 gwei, and transaction 2 has a gas price of 50 gwei, then the miner will always pick up the second one first. That is because he will do the same amount of work, but he will get paid more from the second transaction. The first one will be processed later when there are no more high-paying transactions. So, to skip the line and get your transactions confirmed fast on Ethereum, you need to pay a gas price higher than other transactions on the network. If you pay a low gas price, which means that you are paying a low priority fee or none at all, then you are gonna have to wait for a while to get your transaction confirmed. So to check how much you need to pay per gas unit to get your transaction approved, you can use Etherscan or gasstation.info, and you can find links to both of them in the description below. So let's see an example to show you how to calculate how much you will pay to send some Ethereum coins to a friend. So you know that sending Ethereum takes 21,000 gas units, and let's say that you checked Etherscan and found out that you currently need to pay 50 gwei per gas unit. So now the price of all the gas units you need is 21,000 multiplied by 50, which will be equal to 1,050,000 gwei. We said that one Ethereum coin contains 1 billion gwei, so this 1,050,000 gwei is equal to 0.00105 Ethereum, which is the gas fee you will pay. To get how much this is in dollars, you multiply by the current price of Ethereum, which is $1,500 as of the time of this video, which will give you $1.575. So, as a general rule, you can set high gas prices for important urgent transactions and lower prices for less important transactions you can wait on for a while. An important point here before we move on is that, on most wallets, you will find something called the gas limit, which you will need to adjust in some situations. This gas limit is the maximum amount of gas units you are willing to pay for. Let's get back to our car analogy. It is kinda like the amount of gas you put in your car before going on a trip. For example, you may know that you will need 8 liters of gasoline, but to be safe, you decided to put in 10 liters. When the car uses the 8 liters it needs, you will still have 2 unused liters in the tank. But if you put in 7 liters, for example, then the car will stop before you reach your destination and you won't get back the money you spent on the 7 liters of gas. It works like that with the gas fees. If you know how many gas units your transaction needs and you set up the gas limit higher, the EVM will consume what it needs to do your computations, and the rest will be refunded to you. For example, if you are sending some Ethereum to a friend, you know that a transaction like this needs 21,000 gas units. So let's say that you set the limit to 22,000 gas units. What will happen is that the EVM will consume 21,000 gas units, and you will be refunded the extra 1,000 gas units. But if, for example, you set the limit to 20,000 units, the EVM will consume the 20,000 gas units and will do some computations, but it will stop the moment it runs out of gas. And these computations done by the EVM won't be enough to complete the transaction. And still, you won't get refunded what you paid, as the EVM already did some computations for you. A very interesting point here is that the entire concept of the gas fees was originally introduced to prevent attackers from spamming the network. Without gas, they can, for example, ask the EVM to do some endless computations, which can stop the entire Ethereum blockchain. So, gas was introduced to make anyone pay to do any computations on the network and to also reward the miners who run the EVM on their computers. Let's now get to what causes the increases in gas fees. So, remember when we said that each block has a gas limit of 30 million gas units? This means that there is a limited space for transactions in each block. So as more people use Ethereum with all these new applications and NFT projects that launched last year, the demand for computational power from miners increase, which basically means that there are a lot of people who want to get their transactions approved. So these users are always trying to outbid each other by offering high prices for each gas unit. This bidding war between users raises how much you need to pay per each gas unit. So for example, instead of paying 20 GUI per gas unit, you will need to pay 50 GUI per gas unit. So, as a general rule, the more traffic or the more people use the Ethereum blockchain, the higher will be the gas fees. Another thing that can raise the gas fees you pay is Ethereum prices. In the example we explained earlier, we calculated the gas fees and we got 1,050,000 GUI, which was equal to 0.00105 Ethereum. This doesn't change, as one Ethereum will always have 1 billion GUI, but what changes is how much you pay in dollars. In this example earlier, we calculated at $1,500 per Ethereum coin, which gave us $1.57. But what will happen if the price of Ethereum returned to $4,000? Well, this 0.00105 Ethereum will be now worth $4.2. So what you pay in Ethereum doesn't change, but the worth of the Ethereum you pay in dollars change with the price. Before we end the video, let's see how you can pay less gas fees. Well, the first option you have is making your transactions at times with low network usage, which means when low number of people are using the Ethereum network. These times are typically on the weekends, between midnight and 4 a.m. Eastern Time, and this period usually has the lowest gas prices. Another option you have is using a Layer 2 scaling solution, which may sound very intimidating, and they can probably take more than one video alone to explain them, but here is a very quick overview. They are applications that allow you to pay less gas fees by doing the computations off the Ethereum blockchain and its EVMs, and then using Ethereum just to validate the transactions. This lowers the amount of gas units you need to pay for on the Ethereum blockchain. At the end of this video, we hope you learned what you need to know about the Ethereum gas fees and how they work, and if you liked our video and want to reward our hard work, hit the like button, let us know in the comments if you have any questions, and subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss our new videos. Thanks for watching.